What's up, guys? How we doing? My bad on yesterday. My pipes bursted above me. So when the plumber was here, I couldn't make a video. It is what it is. These things happen. I have another thing almost done, but I actually wanted to talk about this today. It's a little bit of a different, a little bit of a change of pace. So I was reading yesterday. I saw, Twitter tweets. You know how we do. Boston Scott, an NFL running back for the Philadelphia Eagles, signed with Dignitas, which is an esports team, right? So currently, as of now, since he's playing, he's going to be a substitute and he's going to be a content creator. And normally I don't make these types of videos, but I was so intrigued by this article simply because of the fact of how much money these professional athletes leave on the table, right? Like, you remember like the Drake and Ninja streams, Hector Bellerin, who plays for Arsenal out in England. Obviously he got into the gaming sphere, but imagine if, right? And no offense to Boston Scott, I play a lot of fantasy football. I watch a lot of football. I know who Boston Scott is. The average person has no idea who Boston Scott is, though. Imagine if you had a guy like Pat Mahomes, right? Who's like off season. Now, given, this is football. This isn't baseball. Baseball, you're really working from February to October, sometimes November. With football, it's 16 games, right? So obviously, given it's a little bit different, you have to be there over the summer. But imagine if you saw a guy like Pat Mahomes, who's like, yeah, by the way, 3 months out of the year, 4 months out of the year, I play like fucking Fortnite or some shit to attract to the fucking 8-year-olds. You know what I mean? How much fucking money could that guy make on a stream? And now, given, he could do it with a big time, like a Tim the Fat Man. But what if he just did it by himself? How much and now, given these guys make a ridiculous amount of money, but at the end of the day, this is what it's all about. Dude, I'm not gonna lie. If I was a franchise quarterback, or I was Aaron Judge in baseball, dude, I'd fucking stream. And then moreover, what's good for Boston Scott is, since he's a running back, the guy's already 26 years old. Eventually, dude, how football works, if you guys don't watch sports, by the time you're 30, you're done, really. Unless you're an all-time running back, your career's over. And a lot of guys you see struggle after their career. If you're not a commentator, it's like, what do you do? Sell cars? No offense to that, but I'm just saying it's weird, because these kids, or these people, these grown men, eventually work their whole lives and get to that point. And then once it's over, they have no backup plan. Meanwhile, this guy's going to go in, and he's no slouch, by the way. They didn't just hire him because he was an NFL athlete. According to ESL Insider, Dignitas found a player who loved esports, is reportedly in the top 0.5% of Rocket League players. So he's a legitimate player. Does he get more play because of who he is? Probably. But I think this guy could legitimately be a professional Rocket League player. And that's great, because if he retires, the NFL is cutthroat. Average career is 3 seasons. This guy now goes and plays Rocket League for the rest of his life. That's not a bad gig. That's fucking genius. And I think a lot more athletes should be using that model, to be real. I just think there's so much money in that sphere, And moreover, you can't play football forever. You can't box forever. You can't be in the UFC forever. Eventually, you're gonna break down. You're gonna get old. But you can always, as long as these work, right? You're good. You can make a living forever. And then now, hey, I'm the NFL athlete that does that. You see it a little bit, but you don't see it enough, I don't think. So other than that, that's pretty much it. Like I said before, more videos coming back. Didn't really have time once again, because it was leaking. so yeah, man.